Hello everyone, Professor Kagan here, coming to you on a lovely, lovely summer evening. And you're looking at a little fire that I had built earlier today. Speaking of today, we had a Nintendo Direct, and I've been seeing a lot of online discourse about the very interesting announcements, and a lot of them were very interesting, and I don't think they were quite what everyone was looking for. It certainly wasn't what I was looking for, even with the leaks that had been released earlier by known leaker Pioro. You know, F-Zero, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. We got the name early of the Princess Peach game. And it does seem correct that we did indeed get the Another Code duology being ported to Switch. Which, I didn't really give that much credit. I did research the game series when the leak came out. It looks a lot more interesting than I gave it credit for, so I may have to look into it. It certainly does seem rather interesting. But really, I'm a Mario guy, and I walked away pretty happy for a Mario fan after this Direct. I mean, the Princess Peach game looks incredibly fun. I'm curious how the other outfits she'll have will play into the gameplay, because it's supposed to be like a theater that's been taken over, right? Is there like multiple acts that involve these costumes? Her kung fu costume, her detective costume, her baker costume, you know. So I wonder how they're going to work those. Woo! Big wind gust. I wonder how they're going to work that into the series. Now, something else I wonder is, the big announcement, the big cojones, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I wonder just what changes they'll make. They're remaking the game, so some of the UI has been changed up. The music sounds really good. I'm really glad that they're finally giving us what we want as fans of Paper Mario. Now, before I say anything else, I should say that I enjoyed Paper Mario: The Origami King, and if that's what the future of Paper Mario looked like, I would have been A-okay with it. But I can't say I'm not happy with this change of heart, even if it is already a game I've played. But it looks good. It gives me plenty of reason to go back to Rogueport and collect the 7 crystal stars once again. Thousand Year Door has excellent writing, wonderful locations, and I very much love the final boss. It's probably one of the few final bosses I've played in a video game that actually intimidates me, if that means anything to you. And then there was Super Mario RPG. I've never played Mario RPG myself, but I'll probably pick this game up and try it. I really like that you can switch soundtracks. There's the remastered soundtrack and the original soundtrack from the Super Nintendo version, so that'll be really cool to see. And then there's Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Nintendo has always been funky about names, but I am really, really happy that we finally got some decent naming across the series. Even if they did pluck on HD there at the bottom, there at the side, they have to differentiate it some way from Dark Moon. I do wonder if people will go like, "Is this Dark Moon?" And just people who have heard of the game but never played it. But I am glad that it's just Luigi's Mansion 2 now, as it always should have been. Nintendo is yet again taking a series that they have and shoving all of it onto Switch, except for Luigi's Mansion 1. Where is that? I'd like to have that. That's still my favorite in the series. Can we get that? Can we have that? Please? But I know that's not something people were really asking for or looking for, but I have to say that I'm happy. I'm excited for it. It's probably my least favorite out of the 3 games, but that doesn't mean I dislike it any. As for the other stuff in the Direct, I mean, F-Zero 99, it looks fun. I'm probably going to try it here later today. I don't expect anything, significant out of it. The rest of the announcements, bleh, there was nothing that really appealed to me outside of Mario and that one little F-Zero bit. Again, another code looks interesting. I'll probably give that a try. But there is something that I very much wanted to talk about from a prediction standpoint. Metroid Prime 4 and the next Nintendo system. A lot of people have been looking to a possible new Switch coming out next year. And there are some credible rumors floating out and about that is exactly what's going to happen. Do I think so? I'm starting to lean towards it happening, yes. And I think I know when. I think we are going to see the system in late March, early April of next year. What they have shown us in this Direct, everything seems to have a stopping point around that time. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is slated for 2024. That's probably going to be like one of the last little, hey, Switch owners, you can have this, it's going to be backwards compatible, this is for you kind of thing. And I think around that time we're going to start seeing stuff for whatever is next. People call it a Switch 2, people have called it the Super Switch. I just like to call it the next Nintendo system. I think that is around the time we're going to see that. We've pretty much seen, by this Direct, we have seen how the Switch is going to go out. Which I don't think it's going out poorly. I didn't even talk about this. Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I loved that game as a kid. And I know people's opinions on the series isn't too high, but I'm looking forward to giving that game another try. Because I played it as like a wee little bab, like when I was 5. And I'm in my 20s now, and it is time I gave that game its due once again. So I look forward to that quite a bit. So interesting times are ahead for Nintendo, both in the hardware and the software space. They also announced that their museum will be opening next year in Japan. So I was actually planning a trip for Japan next year, so I may have to put a hold on when I was planning to go in March. But I may have to put a hold on it just so I can go to the Nintendo Museum when it opens. They also, they have their holdings and deals with Universal. I've been hearing some rumors about a Donkey Kong movie, about a live-action Legend of Zelda movie, and of course there's the Mario movie sequel. That's obviously going to be a thing. So, going ahead, it's looking very interesting for Nintendo. And everybody says that in times like these, when we're in a console transitionary period, even though we're not officially in one yet, the energy is very much there. And as my big log smolders to a crisp there, we begin these exciting times for Nintendo. There was also a Sony State of Play today. I didn't watch it. I didn't pay a lick of attention to it. I don't know anything about anything that was in it. Well, that may not necessarily be true because they said it was going to focus on mostly indie and third-party titles, so it's probably likely that I saw some of that stuff in the Nintendo Direct. So, for now, that's it from me. I'm looking forward to all this Mario stuff. I love Mario. I love Mario so much. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door looks fantastic. It looks beautiful. I hope that this Nintendo going, okay, we've heard you. 3 games in, and we've heard your opinions. Is this what you want? Yes, it's what we want. Thank you. And I hope people prove that by purchasing the game. I certainly will be. So tell me what you thought about the Direct. Did you have a favorite game, a least favorite game? What did you think of the Direct overall? Aside from the Mario announcements, I thought it was alright. Until next time, this is Professor Kagan, Professor Inigo only. Y'all take care.